The Sikorsky CH-53 is not just another helicopter. It is a symbol of raw power, engineering brilliance, and absolute reliability in some of the harshest conditions on Earth. When you first see it, the size alone is overwhelming. It looks less like a helicopter and more like a flying fortress, a machine that seems too massive to ever leave the ground. Yet when those enormous blades begin to spin, when its three roaring engines come to life, this giant rises effortlessly into the sky and reminds everyone watching what true heavy-lift power really looks like. The CH-53 was originally created in the 1960s because the military needed something that simply did not exist yet. A helicopter that could carry more weight than anything in service, operate in extreme environments, and do it consistently. Sikorsky accepted that challenge and built a helicopter that would go on to become a legend. Over the years, it evolved, becoming stronger, smarter, and even more capable. From the early Sea Stallion versions to the mighty CH-53E Super Stallion with 3 engines and 7 massive rotor blades, and finally to the modern CH-53K King Stallion with advanced technology and incredible lifting strength, this helicopter kept pushing the limits of what a helicopter could do. The CH-53 is basically a flying heavy-duty truck, crane, rescue platform, and troop transporter all in one machine. It can carry huge loads both inside its massive cabin and suspended underneath on external hooks. We're talking about lifting armored vehicles, artillery, large pallets of supplies, and even other aircraft-sized loads. It can transport dozens of troops, evacuate wounded soldiers, deliver humanitarian aid, or move critical military equipment where no truck or plane can reach. The rotor diameter alone is enormous, roughly the size of a small building, and the downwash wind it generates is so powerful it can throw sand, snow, and debris in every direction. Standing near one when it takes off is like standing in the middle of a hurricane created by machinery. Inside, the space is huge and functional. It looks like a flying industrial warehouse, built purely for strength and practicality. But what truly makes the CH-53 legendary is not just its specifications, it is what it has done in the real world. This helicopter has served in combat zones, deserts, mountains, jungles, over oceans, and in disaster areas where everything is destroyed and people desperately need help. It has delivered vehicles and artillery into battle where no roads existed, rescued crews in dangerous situations, and brought soldiers home from missions that would have been impossible without it. During wars in the Middle East, it carried unbelievably heavy loads across scorching deserts, shrugging off heat, dust, and wind. During humanitarian missions, it flew into areas that had been devastated by earthquakes, floods, and storms, delivering food, water, medicine, and hope to people who had nothing left. When weather is terrible, when visibility is bad, when landing zones are rough, when conditions are so difficult that most aircraft stay grounded, the CH-53 often still flies. That reliability created its reputation as a machine that appears when everything else fails. For many soldiers and civilians around the world, the sound of its engines means safety, rescue, and survival. Technically, it is a masterpiece of engineering. The 3 engines generate thousands of horsepower, allowing it to lift weights that seem unreal for a helicopter. With aerial refueling capability, it can stay in the air much longer than normal helicopters, extending its operational reach dramatically. The newer CH-53K uses advanced flight controls and fly-by-wire systems that make this massive aircraft surprisingly precise and stable, allowing pilots to perform delicate hovering and extremely controlled lifts, almost as if the machine has a brain of its own. Despite being huge, it can land in surprisingly tight areas when needed, showing how much control its pilots have over it. There are also many fascinating details that aviation fans love. It can lift more weight than many smaller aircraft can even carry. Its rotor system is so huge that it dominates the sky around it. It has served not just in the United States, but with other countries as well, proving its reliability globally. Pilots and crews have given it nicknames like the Beast, the Monster, and the Sky Crane with attitude, because it simply feels alive when it operates. It is loud, it is intense, and it is powerful in a way that feels almost intimidating, yet incredibly impressive. Emotionally, the CH-53 represents strength and trust. For soldiers, seeing it land means reinforcement, support, or evacuation. For people being rescued, it means life. For engineers and aviation lovers, it is proof of human creativity and engineering ambition. In a world that often celebrates sleek jets and advanced stealth technology, the CH-53 proudly stands as the opposite. Not elegant, not subtle, but brutally capable, powerful, and unstoppable. That is exactly why so many people admire it. Today, with the arrival of the CH-53K King Stallion, its legacy continues into the future. More lifting power, smarter systems, greater reliability, and the same spirit of doing the impossible. Decades after its first flight, the CH-53 family is still here, still dominating, still proving why it earned its legendary status. It is more than a helicopter. It is a workhorse, a lifeline, a giant in the sky. A machine built not just to fly, but to carry the weight of missions, lives, and history itself.
to the future, I think there's plenty of opportunity for us to work closely with our other partners and then also allies, so that way we can move whatever cargo needs to be moved anywhere, anytime. Hey.